Take questions.
Okay. Well, you know, you come to a regional on the big stage, and you really want to play well. I thought we did one game and did not play well today. To take nothing away from Mississippi State, who obviously a fine team and played very well. Wheels obviously kind of fell off in the sixth for us. I would tell you, have trouble convincing you, but I would tell you that normally we're a pretty good short game team. We bunt well, we didn't. We bunted the ball right back to the pitcher for a force out. That we defend the bunt well, and you know, they had back-to-back bunts in that inning, and tough, very tough call for Patrick. I thought it was going to roll foul, and then we mishandled the bunt communication in the trot. I really think that's the first one of the year, honestly, and I picked a bad time to do it when the wheels kind of fell off, and tough to recover. I thought Ryan was super again, and kept us in the game and gave us a great chance. I guess to conclude my statement, I would want to say I do not want you know, the two losses at the end of the year, one to the #3 national seed by 1 run on their field, and one to the SEC tournament champion, who just got done winning 5 straight games in Birmingham to win that title. So obviously 2 of the elite programs in the country. I don't want those 2 losses to be the focal point or to take away from an incredible accomplishment by this group of young men to win the Conference USA championship, the first in the history of the program. It's not like we have a history and a tradition like Florida State, Mississippi State has, and it's got to start somewhere. And again, so I'm going to remember this season. It's just right now and fresh. You know, you're thinking about everything that you just did wrong, but at the same time, I want to step back and think primarily about the first group of UAB baseball players to earn a ring in the history of the Conference USA championship. Florida State's been a great host. It was a wonderful experience. I have tremendous respect for all of the programs here, and we wish them all well.
Questions, please?
Brian, I guess kind of the story of these 2 days, he has some opportunities offensively. He'll just couldn't quite finish them off, it seemed like. Well,
that comes and goes. That's baseball. Sometimes you drive in, sometimes you don't. I said in our press conference, we're not a great offensive club. We have to we need productive outs. We got a situational hit, and our numbers are they're easy to read, and we can see where our deficiencies are. We struggled all year against a right-handed slider, and Caleb Reed's got a really good one, and we took some ugly swings on it again today. But yes, we had chances, but again, those are pretty good arms on the mound that we're facing. Kendall Graveman, shut out the #1 team in the country in his most recent start in Florida, and Caleb, again, a very special arm, and lots of weapons in that bullpen. And I thought Butch did a great job of utilizing them today, going with the left-on-left matchup. And it's just too early in the game for us to make a move at that point with Harry up. We have a 2-catcher system, but they're going to go to a right-handed slider later, and you just don't want to make that move at that point. And you're just hoping for not a double play at that point, because we got a guy behind him, Keith Depew, that's really good against left-handers. But son of a gun, if it didn't end up and be a double play, and I thought they made the pitch and change to go to Caleb Reed at the right time as well.
Brian, I'm sure you know several of the guys on Mississippi State's team, and you probably grew up watching MSU. What were you feeling out there emotionally when you were on the mound?
Well, I was excited, not just because I was playing Mississippi State, just because we were playing in a regional. But yeah, I know Taylor Starr, Caleb Reed, Brent Brownlee, a couple of other guys. So it was exciting to play against them because at the end of the day, baseball is just a game. And after this, I can still call my friends and talk to them. And they were excited to see me on the mound. So it was fun playing some of them and fun playing a great program like that.
You retired 11 straight to start the game. What was working for you?
I felt like I was definitely commanding my fastball well. The slider was working. I didn't start utilizing my changeup until a little later in the game, but definitely those 2 pitches were working, and I think working low, especially against a lineup like that, so those are definitely working.
Patrick, can I ask Brian about just the missed opportunities offensively this weekend? I mean, any in particular you'd really like to have back
today? Well, pretty much every at-bat besides the double, every at-bat that I don't get the job done, I feel like it's my fault. So especially yesterday at Florida State, there was plenty of opportunities to drive the run in. And as the 4-hole hitter, you know, you're counted on to drive those runs in.
Can you just talk about their sixth inning, just kind of how frustrating it was that even during that inning you couldn't get off the field, just kind of the whole inning, how frustrating was that?
It was very frustrating. You know, I felt it was falling apart right before our eyes, and we couldn't really do anything about it. And you know, when that's happening, you just want to get off the field quickly, get back in there, and get the momentum back on your side.
Patrick, what was the week like, you know, with your dad, all the talk about maybe going against Mississippi State, and then what was it like coming into today knowing that you're facing your father's former team?
It was pretty exciting, you know. I didn't want that to get me caught up in the emotions and stuff, so I just tried to, you know, relax and just play the same game that I always played, but at the same time it was really special playing against Mississippi State. You know, both my parents went to school there. We had 2 coaches that had coached there, so I mean, it was really special.
Was he able to come today and watch? Or
yeah, he was there.
For the players, I know you guys are moving on, but what can this experience you think do for this program moving forward?
I think it's huge, you know, for new recruits coming in. You know, they see we went in the conference tournament. I mean, we didn't play well here, but you know, it's just 2 games. You know, making it to a regional is huge for this program.
I definitely think it's not going to be another 20 years till this program makes another regional. It's a huge step. Like Patrick said, as far as, you know, recruits and as far as the public seeing this program in a different eye, it's a program that's heading in the right direction, especially under coaches like Coach Shoop, Coach Roth, Coach Hopper, and hopefully, you know, as long as we can keep Coach Polk here. So it's heading in the right direction for sure.
Brian, you had to know John, you know, stresses the small ball game too as well, but that had to make you kind of feel good to know that, you know, their strength is our strength as well. And you had to feel the matchup was in your favor.
I can't tell you that made me feel good, but again, you know, short game, if you get it in the right spot, it's very difficult to defend. The first one is in a, you know, was in what we call a panic zone. It's very difficult to defend with a plus runner. You know, it's a 4-1 runner. And the second one is in the communication triangle. And again, I think that's the first one we communicated the entire season. And if there's a team that works on that anymore, I'd like to see it. And then the safety squeeze. Again, if you get it on that on the first base line, it's successful. And you know, it's the first 2 that lead to that opportunity for the third one. You know, you make the first 2 that there is no opportunity, and that's what happens in the short games as you get things rolling. You know, we were able to do that against Memphis in the championship game, and you know, it looks great when you're on the giving end of that. It looks terrible when you're on the receiving end of it, but great job by the Mississippi State kids and you know, John of calling it.